The stage of America's Got Talent has seen thousands of performers over the years, magicians, dancers, comedians, and singers from every corner of the world. Yet every once in a while, a performance appears that feels almost magical, the kind that reminds audiences why talent shows exist in the first place. On a warm evening during auditions, a young singer from the Philippines quietly walked onto that iconic stage. He was small in stature, humble in appearance, and carried himself with a mix of excitement and nervous anticipation. The judges, Simon Cowell, Sofia Vergara, Heidi Klum, and Howie Mandel, smiled politely, expecting perhaps another hopeful audition. But what happened next would leave the audience stunned and spark a moment that felt like a time machine transporting everyone back to the golden era of rock and roll. As the boy introduced his song, revealing that he would perform a classic made famous by Elvis Presley, a wave of curiosity swept through the theater. Could someone so young truly capture the soul of the king of rock and roll? The answer, it turned out, would electrify the entire room. The moment the music began, the atmosphere inside the theater shifted. A familiar guitar riff echoed through the speakers, instantly recognizable to generations of music lovers who grew up listening to Elvis's timeless hits. The young Filipino singer closed his eyes for a brief second, took a deep breath, and then began to sing. The very first note floated through the air with surprising power and emotional depth. It wasn't merely an imitation. It was a tribute filled with sincerity and passion. The audience leaned forward in their seats, whispering among themselves as goosebumps spread across the room. Even the judges exchanged quick glances of disbelief. Simon Cowell, known for his brutally honest critiques, raised his eyebrows almost instantly. Something extraordinary was happening. The boy's voice carried the warmth, vibrato, and soul that made Elvis Presley a global icon. Yet it also held a youthful innocence that made the performance feel fresh and heartfelt rather than nostalgic alone. As the song progressed, the young performer grew more confident. His voice soared higher with every chorus, filling the massive theater with rich, powerful notes that seemed far beyond his years. The stage lights shimmered around him, creating a cinematic glow that amplified the emotional weight of the moment. Members of the audience began to clap along to the rhythm, unable to contain their excitement. Some even stood up halfway through the performance, their faces lit with astonishment. It was as if the spirit of classic rock and roll had come alive again through this young voice. The judges watched intently, their expressions slowly transforming from curiosity to admiration. Heidi Klum covered her mouth in shock, while Sofia Vergara leaned toward the stage with a huge smile. Meanwhile, Howie Mandel nodded along to the rhythm, clearly impressed. But it was the reaction of Simon Cowell, the famously hard-to-please judge, that truly told the story. His once neutral expression slowly turned into a grin. Halfway through the performance, the young singer delivered a dramatic high note that echoed throughout the theater. The audience erupted in applause even before the song ended. It was a rare moment when a contestant managed to command the entire room so completely. Cameras captured fans wiping away tears, while others recorded the performance on their phones, aware they were witnessing something unforgettable. The combination of the boy's heartfelt delivery and the timeless magic of Elvis Presley's music created a powerful emotional connection. It felt less like an audition and more like a celebration of music's ability to cross generations and cultures. Here was a child from the Philippines standing on an American stage, singing a song from decades ago, yet uniting people from all walks of life in a shared moment of joy. The performance proved that great music never truly fades. It simply waits for a new voice to bring it back to life. When the final note rang out, the theater exploded into a standing ovation. The crowd rose to their feet almost instantly, cheering and clapping so loudly that the young singer looked momentarily overwhelmed. He placed a hand over his heart, clearly moved by the reaction. The judges also stood, applauding with genuine enthusiasm. Sofia Vergara shouted bravo, while Heidi Klum beamed with pride. Howie Mandel laughed joyfully, shaking his head in amazement. Then came the moment everyone was waiting for, comments from Simon Cowell. Known for his critical eye and sharp tongue, Cowell rarely gives praise lightly. But as he leaned toward his microphone, he looked genuinely impressed. He spoke about how difficult it is to honor the legacy of Elvis Presley while still making the performance feel unique. According to Cowell, the young singer had done exactly that, delivering not just a cover, but a heartfelt tribute that captured the spirit of the original artist. By the time the audition concluded, the young Filipino singer had already captured the hearts of millions watching both in the theater and at home. Clips of the performance quickly spread across social media, with fans around the world praising his incredible voice and stage presence. Many viewers commented that hearing such a powerful tribute to Elvis Presley reminded them of why his music remains timeless. Others celebrated the young performer's courage and talent, noting how remarkable it was for someone so young to command such a massive stage like America's Got Talent. Whether he would ultimately win the competition remained uncertain, but one thing was clear. He had already achieved something extraordinary. In just a few minutes, he had bridged generations of music lovers, honored a legendary artist, and proven that talent truly knows no boundaries. For everyone who witnessed that audition, the message was simple yet powerful. Sometimes the past returns in the most unexpected voices, reminding the world that legends never truly fade. Microphone sparkles.